If you've been sitting here thinking about starting some kind of online business, but every time you go looking for where to actually begin, you get buried under 100 different options, 100 different programs, and 100 different people all telling you something different. This video is for you. I'm Kim, and today I'm breaking this down into 3 steps. Not 40, not 100, just 3. The exact 3 things I tell you to focus on if you were starting from zero today. Quick gut check before we even dive in. This is for the total beginner. Someone who has maybe thought about digital marketing, maybe followed a few people, but hasn't actually started anything yet. You do not need experience, and honestly, you don't need a tech background either. If that's you, keep watching. So step 1, this is the one people skip or rush, is finding the right program. Here's the mistake that I see constantly. People try to piece this together for free. Watching videos, reading posts, putting together bits of advice from 10 different creators who don't agree with each other. And it feels free, but it actually costs you the most because you waste months going in circles with no real direction. And really, that's time that you can't get back. So trying to reverse engineer something that somebody could have just handed you from the start. And I also want to be honest about what a bad fit looks like, because I think this matters just as much as what to look for. A bad fit is a program that hands you a course, wishes you luck, and then disappears. So you log in, you get a pile of videos, and then you're on your own to figure out what to actually do with it. There's no one checking in. There's no one for you to ask questions when you get stuck. There's no direction on what comes first versus what can wait. So that's not a program, that's just information. And information alone was never the thing holding you back. So here's what to actually look for when you're choosing where to start. First is mentorship. So it's not just a course sitting on your shelf somewhere that you buy and then never open again. It has real people that you can ask real questions to. Second is an actual roadmap. Something that tells you what to do first, second, third, so you're not left guessing. Third is the community. People that are a few steps ahead of you and a few steps behind. So you're never the only one figuring out something. If a program has those 3 things, mentorship, a roadmap, and community, that's a program to look at seriously. This is exactly why I landed where I did. So YPE is the community that I'm in, and it has days 1 through 7 completely built out for you. So from the very first day, you know exactly what to do. And it's not the only option out there, but it's what worked for me because I needed structure, not just information. I think people picture this as some huge, complicated, time-consuming thing, and it's really not. So let me give you a picture of what an actual day looks like once you're inside the right program. It's not hours and hours glued to a screen. Some days it's just recording 1 video on your phone. Some days it's spending 20 minutes engaging with people, replying to comments, maybe sending a few messages. And some days you are sitting in on a call and you're learning, you're getting a little bit more education. It really flexes around my life and not the other way around, which matters to me because I already run a business. I have a family. I have grandbabies that I want to be present for. So this really has to fit into real life, not replace one. So that's the part that the roadmap gives you too. You're not sitting there every single day wondering what you're supposed to be doing. You already know. So you can just go do it and then get on with your day. Step 2 is choosing to invest in it. And I don't just mean money, although yes, that is part of it. I mean actually treating it like a real decision. Not a maybe I'll try this and see purchase, but as a thing worth putting my time, my attention, and yes, some money behind it decision. Here's the shift that has to happen. If you keep 1 foot in and 1 foot out, you'll get 1 foot in and 1 foot out results. Investing in yourself means deciding this is worth it before you have proof yet. I know that's uncomfortable. It's supposed to be a little uncomfortable. That discomfort is actually a good sign. It means you're doing something that matters. I've noticed this in myself too. The moment that I actually committed, money on the table, calendar blocked, no more foot out the door, something shifted in how seriously I took it. I stopped treating it like a hobby that I was testing and started treating it like a business that I was building. And that shift in mindset showed up in the effort I put in, which showed up in the results. Now, not overnight, but it started there with the decision, not with the results themselves. You don't get proof first and then commit. You commit and the proof comes later. And finally, step 3, and this is the one nobody wants to hear, is you just have to start. Messy, scared, definitely before you feel ready. I can tell you from experience, I did not feel ready. I was scared. Now, not of the technology. I run a business, so technology was never my issue. I was scared of being seen. Putting myself out there after years of working behind the scenes, where I never had to talk to a client, I never had to sell anything, I never had to be the face of anything. Hitting record on that very first video and then hearing my own voice played back was so very uncomfortable. I almost talked myself out of posting it more than once. But I started anyway. I was still unsure. I was still figuring it out as I went. Here's the truth. You will never feel fully ready. Nobody does. The people who end up successful at this aren't the ones who waited until they had it all figured out. It's the people who started before they were ready, honestly. Every single person you watch who looks confident on camera now has an old first video somewhere that makes them cringe. That's not a sign to wait. That's just what starting looks like. So that's it. 3 steps. Find the right program, actually invest in it, and start messy instead of waiting for perfect. None of this requires a special background, a marketing degree, or years of experience. It really just requires you deciding to actually do it. And then doing it scared if you have to. If you're ready to stop overthinking this and actually take that first step, drop the word ready in the comments and I'll walk you through exactly what that looked like for you.